Happy Father's Day, Lee. At Ellie's suggestion, this is my video of favorite memories with you. I think it's sort of cool that we get to make these videos because I've been enjoying watching the videos you and my dad have made, and hopefully this at least won't be painful to watch. I don't know, I've never made videos before, but here goes. So, favorite memory. Now I'm going to bend Ellie's rules a little because I don't particularly enjoy remembering being held upside down and tickled for what seemed like hours on end, particularly after what at the time was a long car ride for me up from Brooklyn to Tarrytown to go skiing with you. But knowing you, I imagine that's probably one of the memories you enjoy the most with me. So I guess I take enjoyment in that in some sick way. But I do have lots of memories of that, and of traveling up to Tarrytown and skiing with you and being way better at skiing than the other kids in my kindergarten class in Brooklyn. I thought that I was gonna be really good because we kept going up there, and eventually I'd be as good as you one day. But you had to move to California, so that didn't happen, huh? Yeah. So, memory 2. I don't think you'll remember this at all, but it's something that meant a lot to me and has stayed with me. I don't know, I guess I must have been 8, and you were coming to visit us in North Carolina. And I was so excited because I don't know if you were driving me to school and I was telling you how to go, or if my father was driving and I was showing you that I knew how to go. But I was giving you or my dad directions on how to get to school, and I was very proud of myself for that. And at the same time, you were asking me all sorts of questions about North Carolina and my schools. And you know, we just moved down there, I guess, a year and a half prior, and I was a convert. In New York, I'd absorbed all these anti-South opinions, and I was really worried about moving to the South. I mean, you know, they're uncivilized down there, lots of prejudices that weren't mine that I'd absorbed. I don't know, from my parents, from you, certainly not from the other 5-year-olds. But I'd converted. I'd realized that North Carolina was a cool place to be, and the idea that the South was a backwards place that, you know, I don't know, still oppressed black people, was something that I realized was part of Northern prejudice. Anyway, so you were asking me questions, and you were asking me if the schools were still segregated. And I told you, no, that's crazy. No schools are segregated anymore. The South's just like the North. And then you asked me, well, if the community was segregated, and I said, no, you're crazy. And then you asked me, well, MeLena, where do the white people live? Or where do the black people live, I guess. And I realized that in terms of where we lived, Raleigh was segregated. Of course, today I realized that it was actually much less segregated than many cities in the North, particularly Chicago, where I am now, or Boston, where I went to college. But that really opened my eyes up to the world around me in a way that I hadn't seen yet. And I appreciate that. And I remember that to this day. So that's serious memory number 1. And serious memory number 2. I think this must have been the first time we went to visit you out in Big Bear. And I remember, you know, walking into the cabin, which is a lot to see in and of itself. I mean, that's a really, really cool place with the stove and the split level, and the greenhouses and all your animals, lots for a kid to do and see and explore and enjoy. And I remember that there was a puzzle that had been assembled and hung on the wall sort of by the entrance, and with everything else that I could have run around and saw, that was one of the first things that I saw the first time I came to your cabin. And as soon as everyone gave me a chance, I asked you who did that and where that was from, and you told me that you did it. And I asked you how you put it together. Like, I'd never seen a puzzle hung on a wall. And you said, I don't know if it was glued or what, but you explained it to me. You explained how it worked. And probably went on your way. But I remember thinking, oh, I like puzzles just like my grandpa liked puzzles. That's where I get it from. And one day, when I grow up, I'll be able to do a puzzle just like him, and then instead of having to put it away, I'll be able to hang it on my wall. I won't have to put it back in the box. I can do it just like him. And that was that. And I knew that, I like puzzles because I'm your granddaughter. So, that's all. I hope you have a good Father's Day. Ryan and I will be there in a week to celebrate belatedly with you. I love you.